So after last week's pleasant distraction, it's time for us to get back to the core, the root, the source of everything. That's why we've got to... So there's a very satisfyingly large stack of books out this week. Loads of great things to check out. Very happy to see the latest issue of The Mighty. This is a book we've looked at a little bit in detail before. It's a really great read. If you haven't been involved so far, this is definitely worthy of your attention. You've got to be checking out The Boys. This is one of the best of those sort of more mature reads that you get out in the comic book world. We met Andy Lanning last week, so it seems only appropriate that we check out one of his books this week. This is the War of Kings crossover that he was talking about. This is really, really good stuff. It's basically a huge, sprawling space epic kind of set against the backdrop of the Kree-Shi'ar intergalactic war. This is huge. It kind of ties in with lots of other things that are going on in the Marvel U at the moment, and is great fun. This is why Mr. Lanning has the reputation that he has. Well worthy of your attention. Really, really loving this at the moment. This is Ultimatum. Now, Ultimatum sees basically Magneto go mad and basically attempt to destroy the world. It's huge. There are basically like all of your favourite Marvel characters dropping like flies in this book. Who made it? Who didn't? I mean, and you'll be very, very surprised at who they kill off in this episode. Something else I've really been enjoying at the moment is the new Superman book, Superman World of New Krypton. Kal-El, our original Clark Kent Superman, is off the planet at the moment, living with 100,000 other Kryptonians on New Krypton. This is really, really good. It should suck, but it doesn't. Kudos to everybody involved in this. This is a great book. Makes a very, very readable version of Superman at the moment. If you like Superman at all, you will probably enjoy this. It's well worth checking out. Other things worthy of your attention this week. If you've been following this one, it's really worth kind of checking out. Bang Tango. Big Spider-Man fan myself, so always happy to see a new issue of Spider-Man. For fans of very mature content, there is this one shot. This is a Punisher one shot. It's called Naked Kill.
Yeah, it's pretty full on that one.
This is the Captain Britain and MI13 annual. I always wonder what it is with like what they do with the annuals. Why put out an annual? Loads of Dark Reign stuff. Dark Avengers is out. This one, issue number 5, written by Bendis, is pretty good. Black Panther under the Dark Reign banner. New Avengers, The Reunion. Planet Scar is happening now in Scar, Son of Hulk. This is issue number 11 of this book. Astonishing Tales for a bit of compendium action. One of my favourite characters around at the moment is Deadpool. This book, Suicide Kings, did say there was a lot going on in Dark Reign, especially for the Avengers. This is the 3rd Avengers book out this week under the Dark Reign banner. This one, The Mighty Avengers. Feeling very heavy and weighty and substantial is the latest issue of Buffy.
Scenes from the
this is the one that jumped straight out of the pile this week as the one that had to be checked out, the one I've been waiting for a while, the new Batman and Robin by Morrison and Quietly. Now, Grant Morrison, either you'll love or you'll loathe, this is some of his finest work. Quietly is possibly one of my favourite artists alongside, well, Andy Lanning, now that I've met him, and Glenn Fabry and Simon Beasley and a few of the other kind of UK guys. But this is just awesome looking work. It's beautifully rendered, and this is like the whole Batman and Robin mythos reinvented in the wake of the latest kind of events of the Marvel universe, of the DC universe. This is great. It is an essential pick. Guaranteed that this is going to be the start of what is going to be a really good run on a huge property. This is definitely one of the books of the week and well worthy of your attention. Batman and Robin #1. I'm not telling you anything about the story. You have got to read this for yourself, and you will thank me for not spoiling it for you. Just suffice to say that there is a really interesting new dynamic between the Dark Knight and his fellow Caped Crusader here, so you definitely have to check that out. It's fabulous stuff. Also, I don't know, have I said that I like Frank Quitely's style of drawing? Have I mentioned that I'm a Quitely fan? This is just a beautiful book. Ever since his work on Cassandra, Side Judge in 2000 AD, right up until recent stuff like his work on All-Star Superman, this dude just knocks it out of the park. He's so consistent as an artist. So for that reason on its own, this book is worth picking up, but the story is great as well. Batman and Robin #1's out on your shelves this week. I believe that will be enough meditations on new comic book releases for this week. Join us next week, where we'll be doing all over again, but with new books. You can buy any of the books we reviewed at fantasticrealm.co.uk, and don't forget to quote the code FAN1 to get yourself a 10% discount. You can also check us out at our eBay store and see more videos, or join our online communities at Facebook, MySpace and YouTube. We've now launched the Fantastic Realm video podcast on iTunes, so feel free to add a comment about this video below, and don't forget you can drop by the store to check out what we've got in stock. Why not just put out, I don't get it. Why stick an annual on the clock? Does it mean that it sells more because it's an annual? That doesn't strike me as an annual. I mean, call me old-fashioned, but an annual is a hard-backed book, yeah? It's a big, thick thing about a centimetre thick, with a hard cover, with like all sorts of content that relates to the subject. So, you know what I mean? A Captain Britain annual should have some sort of... It hasn't even got one of those things where you have to kind of find your way to the middle of the maze. It hasn't got one of those. It hasn't got like one of them things, it should have a Captain Britain word search if it's going to be an annual.